This is Life's a Pitch TV. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lackens, all about hearing. Forward Floors, Ginger Pickle, Fred Olsen Logistics, The Dove, Segford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, Venue 16, The Hudson Group, Come Hither Design, Sound 4 Pro Audio, and Suffolk Sound. Our charities this year, Cancer Support Suffolk and the Ipswich Town Community Foundation. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the DPS Tech Arena for today's episode of Life's Pitch TV ahead of Manchester City versus Ipswich Town. We are in the Premier League, of course. What does that mean?
We are Premier League, so we are Premier League. We are Premier League, so we are Premier League.
We certainly are. Let me introduce to the team. It's Terry Butcher. Yay! It's Russell Osman. Yay! And it's Luke Chambers. Also back with us, Richard, John and Mark on technicals. Hooray! Leslie Dolphin is our floor manager. Hooray! And you are our capacity crowd. So a big hello to the Churchman Stand, sponsored by John Keeble Cars. Hooray! And the North Stand, it's capacity over there tonight. You'll regret it when it gets hotter. Sponsored by Ashford Wright. It's the North Stand. Hooray! We are on YouTube, podcast, and on Suffolk Sound as well, Suffolk's newest and freshest radio station. So you are most welcome, whether you're watching or listening to us. Welcome to this week's edition of the show. We've got some new additions, boys, to the studio. Above your head, Butch, a very familiar England shirt from back in the day. That's courtesy of Barry from Bar Personnel. You've signed a few of those in your time, haven't you?
Well, I've seen a few, but I haven't signed many. That's one of the first ones I've signed.
Oh, excellent. We're very honoured.
Yeah.
And above your head, Russell, Escape to Victory.
Yes, certainly. There's a few World Cup winners on there. Pelé, Bobby Moore, our dealers.
Fantastic.
And Michael Caine and Stallone. Long time ago, though, now, Mark.
I've got a couple of scarves. That shows you what I won.
Luke, we're working on that, mate. We're working on that. We got you to sign one earlier, which may well be up on the wall before you know it. Great to see you. We do need, though, a special guest. We've got lots coming up on the programme tonight. We've got the Table Footy Challenge. We've got all sorts of things coming up. Ask the Legends, Player of the Week, all sorts of things. But we do need a celebrity guest this week. And ahead of his very exciting book launch coming out on the 9th of September, he's one of our own. It's Jason Dozzell.
He's one of our own. Jason Dozzell. He's one of our own.
Welcome, Jason. Great to have you on the show
Thanks
again.
for inviting me.
I'm sorry I missed you last time you were here. I was poorly.
I know, your lovely wife, she was lovely.
Yeah, she was all right, wasn't she? She weren't bad. Better be careful. I won't have any tea after the show. Too rude. But great to see you.
Yeah.
What about town at the moment? Where we are brings back memories for you, doesn't it?
Yeah. To be honest, that combination of being out of the Premier League for 22 years and that combination of back-to-back, it's just collided, really, and it's just gone crazy. The town is absolutely electric at the moment. And also, the best thing about it is seeing everyone with an Ipswich shirt on again. The kids walking around town, they've all got the blue shirts on again rather than Chelsea's and Man City's. So it's just been great for the town.
And what a great time to bring a book out.
Well, I think I started the book, I swear to God, it was against Forest Green in Division 1. And thinking, it might not get much interest. Now, it's brilliant timing for the book. A year and a half later, back-to-back promotions, and I don't think I could have timed it better, to be honest.
Oh, fantastic. We'll talk more about that later on in the show, but we've got to talk about our first game at home on Saturday against Liverpool. Chamber, what did you make of that?
Oh, well, the atmosphere pre-game was unbelievable, and I think people got into the ground extra early. From where I sat, I thought the first half was absolutely phenomenal. The way they pressed from minute one and unsettled a team like Liverpool was incredible. And you didn't think it would happen, but in the back of your mind, you're like, Liverpool can't be that bad again. But I think it was the combination of us having so much energy and so much aggression in the way we approached that first half that we stopped them playing. But again, they came out second half and they were phenomenal, and that just shows you the gulf and maybe a quick learning curve for us to say that we can't play with that intensity for 90 minutes, and we're going to have to find a little bit of a different way to approach, especially a team like Liverpool like in second half.
Does that show you, like in the Premier League, they have gears to go through, these teams now, the top teams, when they can, you know, they can go up 1, 2, 3, 4 gears, rather than sometimes in Championship and Leagues 1 and 2, you may be lucky to go up 1 gear. Yeah,
definitely. And when you do dominate a game, I would say Ipswich dominated that first half of the game. Maybe not with so much with the ball, which they've been used to, but when you do have that opposition, you know that you're only sort of 1 or 2 passes away from being punished. And because we went out and were 1v1 against them the whole half, there was always going to come a point where there might be a gap left and someone may drop a runner, and then a team like that only takes 1 opportunity, and it shows you the level. At the end of the day, you have to take a step back and say, we're playing against one of the teams right up there as favourites for the title.
But the Liverpool manager, at half-time, wasn't happy with something, changed it straight away.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yep.
You know, come on, son, sit with us for the second half. You know, and I think that gave them the initiative for the second half. And all of a sudden we go out second half and it's a quick, they've made a change. What are we going to do now? And it sort of put us on the back foot a little bit.
Yeah, of course. But the Liverpool manager, you know, you would expect, yes, they've pressed high and they've gone man for man. If they'd done that, one-on-one, Mo Salah, Leif Davis, Jota, get the ball forward quicker is probably what he said. Get in the pockets and put it in behind, because then you're taking 4 people out of the game, because they went man for man. Ipswich had 4, 2 and a 4. 4 up top. It's brilliant.
I thought Jacob Greaves was fantastic. I thought he had a great game.
Wolfie was good.
You know, Leif Davis, his defending, you know, I'm always a little bit worried about him when he's got a defender around the edge of that 18-yard box.
Left-hand side is left for him, because our midfield is stuck inside. That's all it is. That's all it is. Leif Davis, that's all it is. They just let him go. But it might have to tinker a little bit in the Premier League with that, because as you saw on Saturday, you know, the ball's in behind. I mean, the ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold. It was just a thing of beauty.
But again, Jace, when from the first half, Jacob Greaves was pressing in 30, 40 yards from Liverpool's goal. The second half, if we'd have just said, hold on a minute, we might have to give him a bit more respect. He's ended up vacating his slot. Leafs thinking there's a ball inside him on an angle that the centre half should really pick up. So it's that little bit of a tweak to realise, they've got a bit of possession that's unopposed. Trent wasn't going into midfield where we had most of the numbers. He was staying in his right back slot, which allowed them to have a lot more possession.
So do you think now that Guardiola would see Leif Davis, and he would say, like, you know, because he has an abundance of players that can play on the right wing and left wing anywhere, so he would mark that down as a potential advantage down that side for Manchester City, because they could get at him. But I think the whole secret thing about the game on Saturday is, how does Kieran McKenna tell his team the approach? Are you going to drop off? Are you going to have a mid-block? All these new technical terms are a load of rubbish. Are you going to press high, or are you going to drop off?
I think it'll be definitely. There won't be. I don't know. You don't know with Kieran. He just goes out there and proves us all wrong in what he's trying to do. But I would assume Manchester City, he will play a different approach than that, because who's Manchester City's best passer? Long, their goalkeeper.
Ederson,
And if you're going to start playing high lines, playing high lines and bypassing that 4, and then with the attacking threat City have got.
Well, they've only got Haaland up front, for goodness sake. And he's nothing.
But they've got every single weapon to hurt you.
They have. That Doku, he's got some serious talent.
But we're saying about, will Pep target Leif's area? Leif was fantastic defensively, and I think it's just a case of there was a couple of decisions that were wrong, which opened a space. They didn't play down the outside or over the top of Leif. The ball was a diagonal ball towards our sort of penalty spot. So that's where the space was. So I've got no doubt in my mind Kieran will watch that back with the boys, and you won't see a goal like that go in against us again this season.
No. I mean, the thing is, he's got Smodic to come in now. He's got Calvin Phillips to come in now. a guy from Sweden that I can't pronounce his name. He's coming in now.
Jens.
Yeah, I call him Jens. And obviously with Broha as well coming in. So you know he's got a chance to change the team.
Yeah.
But that team, if he puts 2 or 3 of them in, wouldn't have played together before in a competitive match.
Right.
So there's a major risk. So therefore, you would say, don't go and press high. You know, we can do that later on in the game if the scoreline's all right.
I think he probably plays an unchanged team though, because I don't think you could select any of them players at the weekend and say he had a poor game.
No.
I thought they all played fantastic.
Burns maybe out.
I think 6 or 7 of them have played Division 1 and lining up against Liverpool. It's crazy.
We highlighted the fact.
Crazy. How far have they come? It's incredible how much has improved them players.
7 of the starting 11 finished their last game in League One.
That's what I'm saying.
Which tells its own story.
But I think it will change after the Man City game. I think it's going to change. Obviously, Calvin Phillips can't play. So give him time to get up to speed a little bit in training. So he'll definitely start.
What was the question again, Mark?
I'm quite happy sitting up here listening to you guys. It's great. It's fantastic.
Sorry, Ross.
What I'm really just sitting here listening, and you talking about Haaland and Jota, and you know, I'm just thinking, oh my God, this is fantastic. Because not that long ago, we weren't talking about those players, were we, as opposition players?
Well, I was a bit worried about Van Dijk giving the corners away. I think we conceded 10 corners during the game, but we dealt with the corners easy, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
You know, so there's parts of us that are really, really good.
Yeah,
really
it was
good.
a fabulous first half and into the second half, wasn't
promising.
it?
I didn't see a tinge of disappointment in the fans or the playing stuff. Obviously, personal pride as a player, you're thinking you're going to go out and you think you're going to win. That's your mindset. But again, they'll have had their sort of tempered expectations. That's not a game they'll have identified as a 3 points.
I think the first bit of pressure will be after Saturday, the Fulham game. If we've got nothing, we have to get something. I would imagine a point, or just to get that belief.
Well, on Saturday, they actually bloodied Liverpool's nose, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it was a good scrap. And at half time they came in and they were obviously fuming. The manager was really, really livid. So he's changed things around and taken a young boy off, put an experienced one on. And they've sort of stopped that threat, because I thought Delap really held the ball up well. And he was getting us out with the long balls and all that sort of thing, and he was linking up play too. So I think when you go to Manchester City, if you are going to counter-attack, you've got to be really have really lightning players up front, so you can counter-attack, because they do push down 2v1, 2v2 sometimes.
They do.
So you know, if that can happen, but it's a great experience, isn't it? It's like to go up there to Manchester City, the Etihad and everything else, and perform against these guys. Well, you know, you never know what's going to happen.
A word about Christian Walton coming in the way that he did. Hladky had that opportunity beginning of last season. Christian, this time round, thought he had a great game.
Very solid.
Yeah. Very well, didn't he?
Like I said, I think, like I said, all of them they were terrific for 50 minutes. All of them, 1 to 11, were terrific.
I think his last start was over a year ago. Which for me is his performance was, I thought, phenomenal. I thought he was fantastic with the ball at his feet, his decision making. When he was coming for crosses, he helped, like we talked about corners there. I thought everything he did was great, and that would give him loads of confidence going in, because it's again, he would have expected to start last season, gets injured. Hladky plays the whole season. Who's to say that may not happen this year again for him?
It's about taking your chances when they come, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah. Of course, a lot's happened since we were last here, apart from the match, obviously. Smodix hadn't signed when we were here last week. What do we make about Sammy coming, Luke?
Well, I saw Sammy at the end of season awards last year, and I said to him, "You'll be at Ipswich, you will." And he just laughed. He said, "I'd love to, but I was literally thought he would fit perfectly into what the club's trying to do." And I texted him the other day, and he was like, "Coming hell, mate, you're right." And it's just great to have someone who's been so prolific everywhere he's been. To be fair to him, everywhere he's been Colchester, and he was Peterborough, and Blackburn, and to do what he did in a Blackburn team, imagine him in our team last year. But I was a little bit disappointed when he came in on the left the other day. I wanted to see him in his free position, but again, I think it shows you how quickly and what Kieran thinks of him to throw him in so early. Obviously left Calvin off the pitch because he'll want to hammer home how we want to play and what he wants from him. So that's not a position you can just chuck people in lightly. So I think that'll be a few weeks in a transition for Calvin Phillips to get on the pitch.
What do you think of Smodix, boys?
I absolutely love him. I mean, the last Championship Player of the Year last year. How many goals from midfield?
30 odd.
We'll have to wait in gold. And it's like I said, if you get half chances are going to be harder to come by, and you need people that are going to take them when they come. You need some people to take them, and he does not miss the target very often. A bit like Connor, Chaplin in a way where they never hardly miss the target. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing them.
But the thing is, when you've got so many players coming when the season's already started, you've got to integrate them into the team. So, Town, you know, yes, you need to play at your best to avoid a smashing at Manchester City, but it's not about this game. It's about the future games and the Fulhams and the Brightons and all this sort of thing coming up. But this team it hasn't played together. You know, next week it won't have played together before. What I'm trying to say is that it's going to improve all the time. It's going to get better and better and better. The only thing that could deter that is if they lose confidence and the fans lose a little bit of heart. Yeah. I can't see that, because I think the fans are with them whatever happens this season, even if if it doesn't work out.
Well, let's ask the fans here. We're on a roll, aren't we, everybody? Yeah. Just going to enjoy the seat. I mean, just go with it. You know, it's been so long. Just going to roll with it. This time last week, Phillips hadn't signed. We were talking about whether he would or not. What do you think of his arrival then, Russ?
I think it's great that we have somebody of his stature and quality at the club. Can't wait to see how he fits into the team, really. But all of a sudden, we've got so many new good players joining the club. You're thinking, how are we going to get them all on the pitch at the same time? Will we get them all on the pitch at the same time? There's going to be some fight for places down there now. You know, and if you've just come to the club, you're expecting to get in that team as quickly as possible. You might have to wait a little bit. I remember Kevin O'Callaghan, when he was on the show, he joined Ipswich back in our day. He thought he was going to walk into the team. And then when he got there, he thought, I've got Arnold Muir in there, I've got Walkie in midfield, I've got Tyson in midfield, and he sat on his backside on the bench all season.
Yeah, that's why we called him the judge, wasn't it? Yeah, he was always on the bench, yeah. But no, we've actually signed 2 international players as well. Yeah. You know, Jens and Broha. So we've actually signed 2.
We think his name is Karius, is how we say it. Jens
Karius.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There's no point telling me, because I'm going to remember.
Sorry.
But they are. I mean, I've seen Karius, or Karius, whatever his name is. I've seen him. He's a little bit like Bellingham in terms of stature. He's a big boy, strides through the midfield, can score goals left and right foot. So he'll be a big asset. And this Broha is a 6'3" striker as well. So
unit, isn't he?
He's a big unit.
Big, strong
so
boy.
These players are young. You know, 25 Karius and 22 Broha. You know, this fits the profile of the club, the way the club is going, which is good.
So we're building not just for the next few games, but we're building for the season and beyond.
Yeah, I think you can go back to what
we've done that, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, and we've got to dampen a little bit of expectations, and we've got to be prepared. It's going to be a difficult season. So as long as everyone keeps the faith and keeps going and allows these players to continue to grow, we're 3 years ahead of the 5-year plan at the end of the day. Worst case scenario, you go down, you've got an unbelievable group of players that, again, have learned, have improved, even better players that we've brought through the club that are suited to come straight back up. So they are planning for every eventuality, which you can't really question too many decisions that they've made over the last few years.
No, you can't. It's fantastic. Well, I'm going to put you guys on the spot now, because it is time for the Life's a Pitch TV Player of the Week. It's sponsored by the Dove in Ipswich. I know where my vote's going to go, but what do I know? Let's start with you, Russ. Who would be your standout Town player from the match against Liverpool?
Jacob Greaves.
Why?
I just thought he never put a foot wrong during the game, really. His debut match in the Premier League, I thought he was very positive in what he was doing. He was competitive, wasn't shy about getting stuck in, and he looked perfectly at home at Portman Road. A real good Premier League debut for him.
Okay. Terry?
Yes, Greaves. And I like the way that he won headers in the opponent's box as well. He was winning headers, not quite heading them, you know, where we could have gone and all that sort of thing to score. But I thought he was dominant. He was dominant. Yeah, he was dominant in both boxes, and I liked him. He settled him well, considering what Chambers has already said about him going down on, you know, that's the wrong words, going into the
down on
opponent's half and marking the players. You know, he had a lot of confidence, and obviously Kieran's got a lot of confidence in him. So I thought it was a really impressive debut.
Jace, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Wolfie for me.
Okay.
A guy who's under a little bit of pressure. People not sure if he can crack at this level. And I thought he acquitted himself really, really well. You know, watched him quite closely. He's a good friend of Andre's. But he played. He was playing 1-2s round there, centre forwards, getting it back. He was passing, he was doing this. And like I said, people are not too sure if he can manage at this level. But he more than proved that he could.
I mean, it's a big step, isn't it? So,
it's a big step. I was really, really impressed with Wolfie.
Yeah. Luke?
Oh, good shout from Jace, to be fair. I thought they were both brilliant, but yeah, I'd have to go with Greaves just for the more standout moments, and every time he was asked to do anything. I think he even made a late recovery late on. I made a great block to stop it going to 3, but I think couldn't really pinpoint anyone for causing any of our issues defensively, so I thought he handled that, and it's not an easy place to play, especially against Liverpool on your debut. So no,
baptism, isn't it?
He did very, very well.
Yeah. What do we think, crowd? Agree with that?
Yeah.
Any other suggestions? Oh, unanimous.
There you go.
There we go.
Well done.
Says it
Round of
all.
applause
That'll be
then
first
for
and the
our
last.
first player of the week, Mr. Greaves. Let's bring Jason properly in now, because you're here because you've got your book coming out September the 9th.
Yeah.
We've already said what a time to bring a book out when Town are riding so high and there's interest in the club. What made you, after all these years, want to do it?
I've been threatening to do one for years, to be honest. But I now know I wasn't ready to do it. Because you're just trying to piece bits together, and they weren't matching up, do you know what I'm saying? So I've had to go through a bit of hardship, or whatever we want to call it, and have a reflective view of my life. And I've had to go all the way back to childhood and things like that, which, you know, it's been great, really. It's been hard to do the psychological things which would happen to me, but it needed to be addressed. And yeah,
Did you find it helped you getting it off your chest and talking about it?
It was therapeutic, yeah, definitely. Because like I said, I was never one to. We're old school, didn't we? We didn't talk, we didn't reach out, and it will come to a head, and it did. So I have 3 children, and I have to. That's not who you are. You're better than that. Yeah. You're better than that. Acknowledge it, work on it, and that's what I did. So. Again, the book is about a boy who dreamed of, lived 400 yards from the Ipswich Town football ground. I had Alderman Road Park was my next step from my house, and then to Portman Road. That's all I had from 0 to 16, really. That was in that order: house, park, football, watching.
Yeah.
These great 2 players.
So who were your idols when you were growing up?
I loved them all.
Yep.
If you picked, I can't on the 81 side. I can't give you one. I can't give you one because
Because
we're here.
Yeah. They were, like I said, it's probably a kid going to watch Ipswich now. They got that feeling in the last 2 years. How many are they going to win by? It was like that for me in 81. I walked to the ground from my house. It became a little bit boring because they're always winning, so you start getting a little bit bored because more often than not, you won football matches in a style.
Did you watch? Because we were told to watch players in our position, Hunters and Beatties and all that. Did you watch Mariner and Brazil? And
yeah, I was a striker then. But I tried to finish like John Walk. Couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. I tried to twist and turn like Tyson. Couldn't do that. No, but Paul Mariner, hold up play because I was a centre forward. Done quite okay with that. But ultimately, you've got to have your own style, and my own style came out.
What was it like growing up around there? What sort of upbringing did you have?
Listen, it was football all the way, and I had some magical nights. The European nights at Portman Road against the Barcelonas when I was very, very young. I'd be the first one in the ground, just taking it all in. It was just magical. It was intense in where I was. Where other 12-year-olds might think it's a bit thingy. I loved it. Because I'm with my big brother, we're having a good time watching Ipswich win. And ultimately, like I said, that 81 side, I'm standing in the North Stand, and you're telling me 3 years down the line you'll be playing with some of them. I would have said you need locking up. Do you know what I mean? It was, but it happened. It happened in my last year at school. So
how did the approach come? What happened?
So my last year at school, they asked me to play for the youth team, and then it just transpired. 2 months later, the reserves, and then by February, he said, "Come down and train on a Thursday. Take the day off school." So all I'm thinking about, I was a centre forward then, was these two, because they kicked me right up in the air. So I'm gonna my order of the day was just play one touch around them. But these two were fantastic with me, the whole group were. And then obviously I get the call to come in on the Saturday, which has still gone way over my head. As you know, I'm forgetting it, because there's only one sub in them days anyway. Not thinking it was going to be me. I'm thinking they're taking me down there for a bit of experience, maybe for in the near future. But he names me on the bench, and then yeah, the rest is history.
Wow, how did you feel at that point when you read it, or he told you, or what?
Like I said, you're so young. It's just, I think, only looking back now, how did I deal with certain situations? Because a lot of my decisions had to be on my own. It was, as you read in the book, there are a few complex issues growing up. So a lot of the decisions I made was by myself. So, yeah, it was brilliant. I lived the dream, but I always felt there was something missing. Maybe, I don't know, don't want to turn into a violin story, but maybe a father figure, just to, you know, like I said, like I'm giving Andre now, just a phone call after the match, see how you're doing and things like that. Now, like I said, you'll read that in the book, the little complex issues which I've had to deal with, but that's not going to define who I am. I had 20 years of love affair with Ipswich, still have today. And yeah, then them younger years growing up.
Yeah, but when you made your debut, Jason, obviously you're saying there's one sub.
Yeah.
We're all sat in the changing room, and we've got this 16-year-old kid named as the sub. Nobody was worried about that at all. Nobody looked around and said, "Christ, we've only got a kid on the bench today." He was only 16 in years, but he got a fantastic footballing brain, and the boy could play. So we knew if we went a man down or we needed to make a change, then we got a great player to come on and do the part and make the numbers up. And not only that, he goes and sticks one in the back of the net. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, but nobody's worried about that.
No.
16 maybe, but he was a player by that time, and a player that was ready to go in and have a chance.
When they said, "Come on you go," what was that like?
Yeah, it came on really early actually. Eric Gates got injured, 29 minutes it came on. Yeah, a few stretches I was on. It was just so surreal, really. You know, you're looking at my friends in the North Stand and things like that. Yeah, I mean, scored the 89th minute, and then I get a call from Bobby. Russell has to take me home, and he did. But tied me in the back of the seat so the reporters couldn't see me, and just dropped me off at home, didn't you? Yeah. So, yeah, that was just brilliant.
Didn't
memories.
even invite me in for a cup of tea. Did you?
I didn't have no tea bags, mate. But like I said, these two have always been great. I love these two guys very, very much for the little things they've done for me off the pitch as well as
father figures.
Terry, yeah, I mean, me and Terry used to travel to England together. We've done a little things which we'll read in the book, which I'll never forget.
Well, that's enough of that. Moving on.
Yeah.
Just that I'm just looking at the like coincidences with 91, 92, 92, 93. So the last 2 years of the first spell at Ipswich, but that Town won the last 19 games to get promotion. And did you ever think then getting promotion into the what would be the new Premier League as founder members, how different that was going to be? Was that going to make a change?
It doesn't feel like there is the gap that there is today. Like you're thinking Man City or they had Man Uniteds and all that in there, but they weren't as dominant as the top teams are today. Do you know what I mean? We beat Liverpool, we beat Man United when we went up. So it
the
wasn't.
Premier League has been dominated by the Manchester clubs.
Yeah, of course.
So before that,
we got great results against the big boys. Drew 1-1 at Old Trafford with Man United. Drew 2-2 with Liverpool down here, and we got some great results against them. So it wasn't a matter of, we hope we stay up. We was quietly confident we would, but I have to say we was 4th in January.
Yeah.
and
You-
quarterfinals
you-
of both.
you-
Quarterfinals of both the cups.
You were unbeaten in the first 8.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but
And then-
we nearly went down, Terry.
But the last 14, you weren't
Yeah,
so clever, were you?
no, it caught up with us.
Yeah, we ended up 15th, but-
it caught up with us big time. We couldn't win a game, but we got over the line when we beat Norwich here.
Yeah.
Second last game of the
I've
season.
got to, you
Can we just
beat Norwich, yeah, you beat Norwich,
can
yeah.
did you not catch that? We beat Norwich. Come on.
So I've got to ask you, right? So when players get promotion to the Premier League, they have it written in their contract or something that the wages go up. Did your wages go up?
91, 92. No, we got a good bonus, I think. I don't think I signed my contract changed. I think we got a percentage of something which was quite tidy,
All
but
right.
not, my actual contract didn't change. I think I was only 2 years into mine. I had a 4-year contract, I think. I'm not sure,
No, good. Lucky you.
but I think it's different now. I've seen as soon as they've gone to the Premier League, I think theirs has gone up.
Yeah,
50%.
Different world, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
You personally, though, young man, Premier League footballer. How did you cope with that? Because there's a lot of pressures on you, a bit of money in your pocket.
Yeah,
How was that period?
Like I said, it was from a very early age. Like I said, when I was still at school, I wasn't getting paid, but I was getting the bonuses, and the bonuses were big. That's like £200 a game. And I remember I was getting 25 quid a week. We had to go to the office every Friday to pick it up. But we won about 4 or 5 games. I've got about a couple of grand in my pocket, and the rest of the youth team were picking 25 quid up. Minded my envelopes like that.
So you're only 16.
I couldn't get paid, but they gave me the bonuses when.
So you had some money. What did you do? Because you're 16, you couldn't drink. Did you go out and get some sweets or something like that?
No, I don't know. Probably paid my mum's phone bill or something. I don't know.
Good man.
So yeah, just good times.
Yeah, interesting times. And obviously you loved playing for Town, but your time at Town came to an end. How did that happen?
Oh, you're gonna have to read the book. I'm giving too much away yet.
It's out September the 9th, everybody.
Yeah.
Available in all
Like I
good,
said, I
good
can't
bookshops.
because the book's not out yet. I can't give too much away. I feel I'm going off on one already. So
340 league appearances, though, first time at Ipswich.
yeah.
That's not bad, Chamber. Is that anywhere near you?
No, there's nowhere near you.
Well, it's a good number.
It's a
That.
good number. 10 years, wasn't it?
I think, and I think he's the 10th highest goal scorer for Ipswich Town.
Yeah.
History.
But like I said, my biggest accomplishment was probably just making it to start with. That's number one. My own personal goals, which I'm absolutely delighted with. I'm in the record books.
Yeah.
Skinny little kid from Elliott Street is in the record books. History of the game. I captained Ipswich. People don't realise that. And took us up. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That was huge for me personally.
Staying fit and playing the games.
Yeah.
You know, and having that sort of resilience.
Yeah, just
week in, week out.
Just stepping out, getting the applause from, and it's, like I said, you're not just playing for Ipswich Town. I was representing my hometown club. There was a lot of pressure in that as well, because the people expect more from the hometown, the player. They're looking at him.
Of course they do. Yeah.
They're looking at him. What's he got? Is he fighting? Is he doing this? So yeah, there was a lot of pressure, and if you're not mentally strong, then yeah. But yeah, I'm proud of my years before I played. Proud I put the effort in to go and watch you guys, and I'm proud of my career. So
You should be, mate. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic career. I'm really intrigued by the book.
yeah.
I'm sensing that
The book it's got everything in it for a book. Obviously, it's incredible highs, there's some lows. There's even tragedy in there. There's a bit of race in there. There's a little bit of everything in there. So yeah.
So it's heart on the sleeve stuff, is it?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I had to for me. Like I said, it's been therapeutic for me. And it's a chance for someone to stand in my shoes, to go on a journey that I did, and then see what you think. Because honestly, I've always felt it's a unique story. Why me? You know, I lived a goal kick away from Portborough Road. Why?
Not with Paul Cooper, it wasn't.
No.
Three people to hit there.
Or Big Al.
Why did I end up scoring when I was at school? It's just weird stuff.
It's just incredible, really. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to reading it. And
Yeah.
I've known Jason a long time now. One of the first people I met when I joined the club. And again, he mentions Butch there and looking after him. He's always looked after me. And then I was able to sort of return that favour with young Andre. And yeah, we've been quite close. So I'm really, sometimes you only see the footballer on the pitch.
Yeah.
And it'd be really nice. I don't think enough people do. I don't think you ever actually tell your truth of the things that you went through and the sacrifices you made and the stuff that you had to deal with inside a football club, because they are pretty much a closed shop. So yeah, I'm really, really interested to have a read of it.
Fascinating insight.
Thank you.
We're going to buy it, everybody? Yes, we are.
That's it.
Jason, fantastic. Thanks for writing that. We love it. Jason, everybody. Now, you can have a rest for a moment or two, or well, maybe not, because this is an opportunity for us to ask the legends. It's sponsored by Seckford Golf Club. So Simon J is with us from Seckford Golf Club. Each week we ask Russell and Terry a question. At the moment, Russell is 2-0 up on this. Yep. So come on, Terry.
Is it 2-0, yeah?
Yeah, 2-0. That's right, yeah. Got that, yeah. Used to be an archer, did you? So, Jason, you've got the ability, and Chambo, to either help them with this or hinder them, whichever you want. You can either help them or you can get in the way and throw them off the scent. So, Simon has today's question for Ask the Legends.
Okay, good evening, team. So we've talked about it already tonight ahead of the weekend. Ipswich played Man City at home in what was the Premiership in December 1992, which Jason was in the team. Ipswich won the game 3-1. It's better than that, isn't it? It's better than that.
But they're worn out from Saturday, I think, aren't they? You know.
But here's the question. What minute in the game was the last Ipswich goal scored?
Cool.
So 3-1 win.
Simon, I used to like you a lot, but now I
Thank
hate
you,
you.
Terry. Sorry, Terry.
And I hope you
my
don't come
takes,
back.
Russell.
I hope you don't
You get
come
my
back next week. I'll tell you now.
So ask that again.
Yep. So in which minute of the game was the last goal scored when Ipswich won 3-1 against City
Against Man City?
in 92? Yeah. Help or hinder?
Okay.
Well, we've got 90.
Who's
to
going
pick from, haven't
first?
we? Yeah.
I think it's my turn to go first because I went.
3-1, man.
Yeah, come on,
first
Russ, you
last
go
two.
first.
Have a guess.
Oh, go on then.
And you can just go.
You can go higher or lower, Terry.
58 minutes.
Okay.
58 minutes. Okay. What do you think, Butch?
I think it was 3-0 at half time, wasn't it?
Oh, there's some sledging going on here from Chambo.
I've got a 90 to 1 chance here, haven't I? Or even longer than that. I would probably say. What did you say? 58.
I can't remember.
Man City, no.
What was it?
58, he said.
58.
Yeah. 58 or 56.
Well,
58? 58. 58, yeah.
91, 92.
I would go 44.
Was it home?
Okay.
You're going 44?
Yeah.
Do you want to stick with that or do you want to change it?
Well, you can stick it. I'll tell you now. But
I'm not asking the question.
no. Well, yeah.
So what do we think, higher or lower, everybody? Higher. Any shouts?
84.
84 from Leslie Dolphin.
79.
Chambo?
I'm waiting for the answer. Can't wait.
Jason?
FA Cup final, 78. 78th minute.
Simon?
Leslie, what a guess. It was 88 minutes, and it was Paul Goddard.
Oh, Sarge.
The third
Goddard.
goal. Yeah.
So I'm afraid Butch.
Was near it.
Butch has gone early, hasn't he? 3-0 up at half time.
3-0. Russell, everybody.
Well done.
Sorry.
3-0 up.
That's Simon J, Seckford Golf Club. Okay,
Yeah.
if you Butch, if you want to see him in the car park.
I know where he works, yeah.
Thanks, Terry. Sorry.
When did I go
Text you the
3-0 up
answer
last?
next week.
Yeah. Text me, you got
Right,
the number.
enough rest for
21st
you
of
guys
October.
now. It's time for our Table Footy
8:40.
Challenge. This is sponsored by Fred Olsen
here we go.
Logistics.
I won that one.
No keepy uppy this time, Jace. You'll be pleased to know.
Snooker table.
No snooker table, no pool table.
We've
What
got a
are you
suggestion
like
box on the side
Oh,
for
good.
the next year's series.
What are you like at table football? Because Walkie admitted last week he'd never played it, and it showed.
Football. Have you got it here?
Yeah, this one. Are you going to step
I
up?
thought you meant when you keep it over.
Tactful.
Yeah.
No, table
That's what I
football,
thought
mate.
you
Up we
meant.
come.
That's
Come on,
table
boys.
Yeah.
Come on, boys.
Play volleys over the table
Come on.
if you want.
Come on.
You're up.
Come on, Jace. Yeah,
That's
up
the game.
over
You've
here.
got to beat these two. 2v1.
You got to take these two on, unless you want
I'm not sure
Jason.
who's top of the leaderboard at the minute, though. Any idea?
You are Chambo.
Okay.
Chambo 5 goals against the England legends, and Walkie managed to get 1 last week. Jason, do you want to play on your own, or do you want to phone a friend? You can have someone from the crowd. Yeah. You can have Chambo if you like.
No, I've done mine. No, I'm not very good.
You got 5 the other day.
I'm just going to watch. Is that all right, Mark?
You don't want to be
I'm
beaten
intrigued.
off the
I'm going to
leaderboard, do you?
commentate. Practice my co-commentary.
Who's going to help Jason?
Anytime tonight, but you know.
Come on,
Don't be
Mark.
shy, guys. Come on.
Yay. So don't forget, as always, it's 60 seconds on my whistle. You've got to score as many goals as our England internationals as you can. Are you ready? On the whistle. Get the ball in.
Oh, guys, this is really important.
And off we go. It's Mark, one of our capacity crowd, and Jason trying to score against our England internationals, Butcher and Osman. It's 0-0 at the moment. A hard-fought game. Well, it's not going very well. Oh, we've got a goal! 1-0 to Jason Dozzell. We need another ball in. Quick, another ball in. Quick.
Mark's trying to
Stick it in the hole in the
Don't
middle.
worry about the score, Mark.
So to speak.
You've got to
Come
score
on,
as many
don't worry
goals
about
as
the
you can.
score. In it goes. You've got 20 seconds left to score 4 more goals to equal Chambo. It's not going to happen, I don't think. Come on,
They
shoot from
got
the
no
back.
chance.
Come on, 1-0 at the moment.
It's like watching us in League
1-0
One.
to Jason Dozzell and Mark from our capacity crowd. Oh, good shot. Good shot. 5 seconds. Come on, 5 seconds. Well done. So well done. A goal for Jason Dozzell. So our leaderboard on the Keep Football Challenge, rather, not Keep Me Uppy Challenge. Jason's getting me confused. The Table Football Challenge, sponsored by Fred Olsen Logistics. Chambo still in the lead with 5 goals. Walkie with 1, Jason with 1. Although there is a steward's inquiry, a bit of a VAR on yours because you were spinning and you did go a bit early. But
that's probably 6.
yeah, probably 6. So well done. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you, you've got to listen to
No, just goal
instructions, Jace,
scored.
but you've had your chance.
You
and
can't settle for a
we're moving
1-0, Jason. No. Can't settle for... Can't... That's how many you get. Pick up your microphone again. Pick your microphone up wherever that's gone. Right, now look, we are in the Premier League, aren't we? Are we sure?
We are Premier League. We are Premier League. We are Premier League. We are Premier League.
So, Ipswich Central and All About Ipswich, they've launched a campaign to help highlight the positive impact that Town's place in the Premier League is having on the town, not just for local businesses, but buses, coffee shops, and also just the sense of pride that it's bringing to Ipswich. I mean, it's just lovely. We're on the national telly all the while, aren't we? So we've really got to make the most of it. So let's welcome Lee Walker. He's the CEO of Ipswich Central. He's also a lifelong Ipswich Town supporter. Give him a big round of applause. So Lee, this is really, I mean, personally it's great, isn't it? But it's really important for the town of Ipswich to maximise this opportunity. Just how big an opportunity is it, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's hard to underestimate just how big it is, really, and that's for each and every one of the businesses in the town centre, businesses across the entire county, and it's that, you're right, it is that feel-good feeling and that sense of pride. But it's also 30,000 people coming in 18 weekends a year, 3,000 away fans, some of them that haven't had the chance to see Ipswich for the best part of 24 years, say that quietly. But it's the chance to put our best foot forward and to shout about it. And so we've launched a campaign. Some of you may have seen the banner that we put on there, the town hall, that we recreated a banner that was at Liverpool the last time we were in the Premier League, and used that as a moment to kick off a campaign that will then profile businesses throughout the year. So we're using football culture, photography, and shooting the businesses in a style you wouldn't normally see them shot in. Some wild and wacky requests to insurance companies and vicars to use pyros in their buildings. So
Vicars?
watch out. Yeah.
Are they happy with that?
He didn't really have a choice, but he's doing it, so it's going to be fine. But it's just a chance to profile the town in a way where maybe people don't often see it in that way. So
some people do look upon Ipswich and the town centre in a negative way, which is unfortunate. It's no better or worse than many other towns of its size, I don't think. But this is an opportunity to try and reverse that.
yeah, loads of those towns Townsend City Centre have had problems across the country, but they haven't got a Premiership football team and they don't get 30,000 people every weekend. So we're hopeful that that's an opportunity that all of the businesses can seize upon. I can't see how it can be anything other than a good thing. And the early figures we had back from the weekend, it wasn't just bars that obviously do very well out of this, but some of the retailers have seen that when they've got on board with it and done promotions around it and hooked onto it, it's been a real positive for them, and coffee shops and just everything really. It's just
it's great to see, isn't it? It really is great to see. I said you're a lifelong Town fan. You've got a picture with you. You've got a story to share with us, and one that involves Terry Butcher over there.
Yeah, it's a slightly surreal moment standing here, but yeah. So when I was 8 years old, I had my football shirt stolen down the park, and my father, being a very industrious man, decided he didn't fancy replacing it for me, so wrote to the local paper and said, "Oh, my son's had his shirt stolen. If you cover the story, can you buy him a new shirt?" And they did. But Terry saw the story in the paper, and obviously they hadn't published they were going to buy me a shirt, and very kindly offered to buy me one. And even after they'd already said they were going to do it, he still took the time to meet me and came down and gave me a signed picture. So it was I brought it with me today just to say thank you, really, for taking the time to do it. Hold it up to the microphone
so we can all see that. It's Butch and Gazza.
See, he's not all grumpy, is he?
He's all right, really, isn't he?
That public persona. Look at that smile, eh? Love it.
They'll be wiped off in a minute.
There's half a second for
the interesting thing, well, it's not really interesting, but the thing about it is I can't remember a thing of that. I can't. I mean,
14,000 footballs.
But it was, it's just
Lee,
great to help.
That's very special, though, isn't it? I mean, what a great thing to do. You know, as a little boy, you remember that, don't you? And you don't forget.
Yeah, no, it was a genuinely touching moment to meet a England legend at the time.
Yeah, and I know you've been sharing stories over there, sitting on the sofa before we went on air today.
Yeah.
So, how do you think we're going to do this season?
I think we've got a very good chance of staying up. I think the club's invested in a way that gives us a chance, and season starts after Man City, right?
Yeah, it does really. I think we're all in agreement. Thanks for coming in. Keep up the good work, flying the flag for Ipswich Town Centre. That's Lee, everybody. Time for On This Day in History, sponsored by Fred Olsen Logistics.
Right, Dan Botton's book On This Day. This is the new one as well.
Yes, the new one, yeah. The updated.
Can you hear me now, Chamber?
I got you, mate.
Saturday the 21st of August 1948. That's when we go back to. The Blues started off their Division 3 South campaign with a bang as Bristol Rovers were torn apart 6-1 at Eastville. It was Town's only league victory so far at the Gas, which is the nickname for Bristol Rovers, for those that don't know. First victory against the Gas in 15 attempts. Also on this day, the 21st of August, this time in 1993. Were you still at the club then, Jason? Town went top of the Premiership with their third successive win. Chelsea were beaten 1-0 at Portman Road thanks to a goal from Ian Marshall.
I wasn't there. I went to Tottenham in '93.
You'd already gone?
Yeah.
Well, did he take your place then?
I presume so.
Could have done, couldn't he?
Yeah, could have done.
He was irreplaceable.
That was it. That's all that happened on the 21st of August. Thank you. Moving on.
Right, okay. Well, Dan's book's out, and he's also got another one out, Butch, as well, hasn't he?
Yes. Miscellaneous called. There's Blues trivia, history, facts and stats. I'm just going to produce as what the book contains. So it's in 1926. Some of you remember that? No? Mark, you know?
No, not quite, no.
Then dominant Barclays Bank beat Town 3-1 at Portman Road in the Southern Amateur League in front of 2,000 fans. Incredibly, the game was held up when a number of rats were noticed and chased away from the grandstand. This is something that will happen today, I think, yeah. Groundsman Walter Woolard, who kept his sheep and goats underneath the stand, admitted that his livestock were influential in causing the infestation. And the book is just full of gems like that. Something you could pass around on your, from a dinner with guests and things like this. I'm sure they'll be interested, yeah. Well done, Dan.
Can you just imagine that compared to what we have today, Chambo? It's just...
Well, they had that when I was there.
That's a classic. So those books are out from Dan Botton now, and Dan, thanks very much for letting
Just
us
a quick
read
one,
those
Mark.
out. Yeah.
How good was the cover of the programme on Saturday?
Oh, amazing.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
Yes, it was amazing.
Nice, respectful to the 97 from the Hillsborough disaster and stuff
you
like
have
that.
to. It's one of those program covers that you have to look at and look at, and you see more each time you look.
Very clever. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. I think they can do more actually this season of those.
No,
So
it
there's
was.
going to be more of that sort of theme.
Yeah, I think so.
Classy, wasn't it?
Yeah, nice.
I think so. It's what I was reading today. Ipswich Town women did well last week. 3-0 first game.
Great result.
They are playing #United, which is the most bizarre name for a football team, isn't it?
One of those
#United.
YouTube ones, isn't it?
That's 2:00 kick-off down at Felixstowe on Sunday. You get tickets online or from Planet Blue, or you can pay on the day. £7 for adults, over 65s for £5, under 19s £3. Time for this week's Man v Fat football results. This is from Man v Fat Mark. He says, no competitive games this week as we held our end of season awards ceremony. I've really got to be very careful again how I say this. The big winners at the end of season awards ceremony were the Red Cat Funts, who won the combined league.
Who was it, Mark? Who was it?
It was the Red Cat Funts, and I'm not saying it again. Who won the combined league, and Borussia München Flapjack, who won the pitch league. So well done. Congratulations to Alex Hammond, who was this season's amazing loser after losing 14.5 kilograms, almost 2.5 stone in our 14-week season. So that's incredible, isn't it? And deserves a round of applause, I think. So no games this week, but we do have the results from the Norwich League, everybody. Oh, they're worse than that. Come on. Thank you. Bayer...
Take your time, Mark.
No, I will, don't worry. Bayer Muchin Biscuits, 5. St. Petersburg, 7. Olympic Mayonnaise, 4. Borussia Dortmund, 6. Pickleback, 13. Rapid Viennetta, 9. The new season starts at Goals in Ipswich on Friday with limited spaces available. Go to manvfatfootball.org/Ipswich if you want to take part in their events, and they wish Town all the very best on Saturday against Manchester City. Jason, let's just finish up with a little bit with you. We've got a little bit of time to round up at the end.
Yes, mate.
I know you don't want to give too much away about the book, but it is obviously a very, very personal journey for you. And how long has it taken you? You mentioned you started about 18 months ago. About a year or so in the making, was it?
Year and a half, something like that. Took my time with it, obviously, but you know, the Stuart Watson who's done the book, he was absolutely magnificent with it. You know, because I'm very funny who I talk to, and especially the deep psychological problems was going to be hard because I've never reached out to anyone before, so talking in front of someone like that, but he had an aura about him with me, nice and calm, and he managed to get certain things out which I would have never got out before. So that's a period. We won't be finally, like I said, going back to my childhood. I was blessed as a supporter. I was blessed as a player. I've heard all the applause from the fans. It was magnificent for me, and that's what I hang on to. So. Yeah.
It's really interesting because we all have our thoughts about Jason Dozzell as fans.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And so, as Chambo alluded to, this is a real chance to find out about you and you, the person.
The world judges what you show them.
Yeah.
Well, I show people I played football, I've done this, and that's all they know. They don't know 0 to 16, whatever. 0 to 16, no one would know my life from 0 to 16. They'll probably know from 16 to when I finished, and then there'll be another gap for people who won't know is after the football.
You talk about some of the dark times, perhaps.
Yeah.
Do you think that you will have people coming up to you who have had similar experiences themselves?
No. I had. It was already in the paper in 2019. That was gone. But yes, I did. People who I've never thought came out to me after I put it in the paper. Came out and said, you know, tried to kill himself or blah blah blah, which people were writing to me, which was not my intentional aim, because Simon Milton he dictated a lot of it. He was the one who got me when I was on my worst ebb kind of thing. So he was the one who sorted everything out. He was magnificent, Simon. In the space of meeting him, I had everything in place to get through this. If he wasn't about, probably would have been a different outcome, a different story, and I probably don't know what would have happened. But as I said in the book, Simon, it was a big part of my recovery, and I thank him so much.
Yeah, September the 9th.
This comes out, yeah.
Were you with us when we played Manchester City away? It was what year was that? When we stayed up, Mike Summerby was there, and he guided us around. So we played Manchester City, and after coming out after the game, I think it would have been about 81, 82, no, about 82, 83, 82, 83, and
no, before
Manchester City were pants then. They were absolute crap. So we beat them quite comfortably. We always beat Manchester City quite comfortably anyway. Sometimes they weren't even in the top league. But yeah. So like Norwich. So we're coming out after the game, and our friends went up, and there was there was a fictitious regiment, and everybody had a rank within the regiment. And we had a guy there what was his name? He ran the Freston Boot. He was a landlord.
Dick Mannering.
Dick Mannering, yeah. So he comes out with the Padre. So he had the collar on, and he comes out, and the Man City fans they were going to riot because they just had enough and all this sort of thing. They've been relegated and all this sort of stuff, and there was going to be a riot. So we're on the old main road. We're on the steps as you go down, as you come away. So we're coming out because we're staying up that night. The coach is gone. And he comes out with the collar, and it's got really nasty with the crowd. You think there's going to be a riot, and they're going to storm the main road. So he just calls everybody to a halt, and he preaches a sermon to them about how these are the bad times, but the good times will come, and all this sort of thing. And let us pray. And so they all pray. They're all praying. He's a pub landlord.
They had a prayer for the safe return of Manchester City into the top division.
Wow.
So we had to go because we were killing ourselves laughing. You can't laugh at someone preaching like that because it was really heartfelt and everything else. And it saved the day because they all went, well, okay, fine, and calmed them right down, and they moved away. Sensational.
You should have seen him later on in the 39 steps of Chinese restaurant with a girl that was doing a kissogram with the suspenders on and everything. And
well, that's another story, Russ. We can't go into that.
And on that note, we'll leave that. Look, capacity crowd, give Jason Dozzell, he's one of our own, a big round of applause. Milt's is hosting your book launch, isn't he? I think on the 29th, so or the event where it's being launched, but it's on sale September the 9th, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that'll be fantastic.
So,
well, look, thanks for coming in. We're really looking forward to reading that. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, no worries.
Really good to see you.
Thank you very much.
That's it for this week. My goodness, what a start to Life's Pitch TV this year. Home to Liverpool. Performed so well at the weekend, and I'm sure we're going to do equally as well against Manchester City. Score prediction, Chambo?
Thanks.
It's putting you on the spot, isn't it?
3-1 City.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
No.
I'm a realist, but I think we'll score.
Okay.
There'll be plenty to cheer about.
I can't go against City. I'm going to have to lie.
I thought this was a safe place, Jason.
2-0 Ipswich.
Okay. Terry?
I can't do it.
Well, I don't want to do it.
I've never done it.
I'm being realistic.
Yeah, I know. It's just me. Sorry.
Leave him. He's good.
I can't do
2-0
it.
Ipswich. Fair play. We've all got opinions, haven't we?
Absolutely. I admire that.
I can't do it.
But
yeah, I know what you're saying.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. But I think 3-0 City.
Okay. Russ?
2-1 City.
Okay. I'm behind Beatty's bar, so it has to be 3-1 Town. Yep. Thank you.
There you go.
And it couldn't be anything else.
We all hope it is.
We all hope it is, yes, but the reality probably won't be, but there we are. Next week, our special guest is Carlos Edwards, so hopefully you'll join us for that. We're done for this week. Thanks very much to our capacity crowd, to our team, to Jason Dozzell, and here we go against Manchester City, and it's time for Blue Army, everybody!
This has been a Life's a Pitch TV production. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, All About Hearing, Forward Floors, Ginger Pickle, Fred Olsen Logistics, The Dove, Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, Venue 16, The Hudson Group, Come Hither Design, Sound 4 Pro Audio, and Suffolk Sound. Our charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk and the Ipswich Town Community Foundation.